Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot video forecast. This forecast is going to be for March 29th of 2020. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to start with Aries, see what comes up for you guys. I do offer personal readings either by phone or by Skype. If you would like to schedule one of those, just use the contact information listed on the website in the description box below. Okay, Aries, what we have coming up for you is the Six of Cups in reverse, the Hanged Man right side up, and the Empress right side up. Yay, like to see that Empress card for you. John Lee, hello, hello, what a treat. How are you today? Hello there, Sequoia, welcome back. All right, so Aries, with the Six of Cups in reverse and the Hanged Man, I'm feeling like you are dealing with some memories of something that are not the best memories. They're kind of memories of things that make you think, oh, I'm so glad I'm not in that situation anymore. And with the Hanged Man, I think that this is prolonged. This isn't just a few moments here or there. I think that this is going to be going on for probably a few days for some of you. This is kind of a longer situation than normal with the Hanged Man. And even with the Hanged Man, you may be purposefully, intentionally thinking about those memories from the past. And, oh, I'm glad I'm not in that situation. But I think you may be looking for what are the lessons from that time in your life. Okay. And why are you doing this? Aries, you're doing this because right now you are manifesting things that are good in your life. And it seems to me, from what I'm seeing here, you're actually, whether you're doing it at a conscious level or more at a subconscious level, what you're doing is you're working on getting rid of some deep-rooted blockages, whether they're spiritual or emotional or psychological. You're working on getting rid of some blockages so that you can manifest those things that you do want right now. And what better time than now to do it while we're in isolation and we don't have the distraction of being able to run wherever we want to and do everything that we want to. We have the time to, ponder and think and work on things like this. So good job, Aries. Annie, hello, hello. Glad to see you here, my dear. Cindy Kamarechka. Aw, I was going to say, I don't remember your name. Glad you're here. Nice to see you in the room. I think this is the first time of you being in here while I'm alive, as well as John Lee. I think it's his first time as well. So 2 newbies in the room. Glad you guys are here. If you feel like these benefit you, please give a thumbs up and share with other people if you don't mind. Oh, wow, look at that. I'm glad I did. Names are pretty important. All right, so let's look at Taurus next. This is going to be Taurus for March 29th. I do offer private readings for those of you who are interested in looking more deeply into these energies or into anything else going on in your life. Those are offered either via phone or Skype, and the best way to schedule those is to use the contact information listed on the website in the description box below. For those of you who have seen my old website, you might want to check out my new website. I could use some feedback. What do you guys think about this new website? It's got a different look, and I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think it looks more professional, but there's a little functionality issue that I might still have to deal with. Anyway, Taurus, let's look at your cards. You have the Seven of Wands showing up in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles also showing up in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. So Taurus, what do we have going on here? You have some contrasting energies showing up, which makes me wonder. This is why I'm saying, what's going on here? Okay. With the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, what I think is happening is that you are letting down boundaries between yourself and some other person or some other group. You may be telling somebody who's been bugging you, hey, can we talk? Hey, can we go out? Blah, blah. You may be letting down those boundaries and saying, well, you know what? I think that we can now. And I know that with this card, for a while, you've been kind of keeping those boundaries up between the two of you. Now that you're letting those boundaries down, though, I don't see this person as willing to move forward and do whatever it was that they wanted to do, whether it was talk about business, have coffee, um, you know, talk about going out, whatever. I don't see them as being willing or maybe not able. Either way, they're not putting in energy or effort towards going towards whatever it was that they wanted, that you have finally said, okay, I guess we can do that. All right. Now, what's going on? Why? Why is this chain of events occurring? I think what's going on here, and I think this is a little bit backwards. I think what's going on here is you're seeing this person's true colors now. You're seeing that they were all talk and no action. And so now you're realizing that they're not the person that you thought that they were. And because they're not, then your opinion of them is dropping down a little bit. So, yeah, usually this is my why did this happen card. I think this is actually the result of this time. This is the result of you letting down your guard and letting this person, giving this person an opportunity to move forward and them not being willing. And so now you're like, oh, gotcha. So you were just all talk. You were all about the chase, but you're not really all about actually doing anything. All right, so that was Taurus. Excuse me, I am babying my voice, so there will be a lot of tea drinking. I apologize right now, it's just gonna happen. We do a lot of talking when we make these videos for you guys, so we have to have a little extra TLC on the throat. Next up, we have Gemini. This is going to be Gemini for March 29th. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, Gemini, you have the Knight of Cups showing up in reverse. You have the Ten of Swords showing up in reverse as well. And you have the King of Swords showing up. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. Geminis, you have a little situation when it comes to a relationship. It could be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be some kind of personal relationship, friendship, family. This could also be a business relationship, although with these particular cards, I would lean more towards something in the personal arena. So family, friend, romantic, somewhere in there. Okay. What your situation is you have somebody who is very skeptical about where the relationship between yourself and them can go. So this could be somebody that, is a romantic interest, or maybe you're even in a romantic relationship and they're just feeling like, you know what, I want to hit the eject button. I just don't see this going anywhere. This could also be a friendship where somebody is saying, we're just not a good match. We just don't vibe together. The fact that the Ten of Swords is coming up in reverse tells me that whatever this is that's going on in this relationship, is a long-standing tension. This is not the first time that you've heard this from this person. This is, they've probably mentioned this. Well, I'll guarantee you they've mentioned this at least once to you before, and they're bringing it up again. For some of you, this will be, again, of several times. So this is a repetitive theme for a lot of you that this person just keeps bringing up. I don't think we're a good match, whether it's a romantic match or friendship or whatever. They're just bringing up a gun on the 29th that they just don't think that you guys are a good match. And why? Why is this happening? Who is this? Is this Gemini or somebody else? This is you, Gemini. And this is because you're being yourself. You're being yourself, and they're not seeing you as a good match for you and them. You're somebody who thinks things through. You like to logic things through. You like to look at the bottom line. You like to look at the facts. And so this is something that your other person is feeling like you guys don't vibe very well, because they're more the opposite of that. They're more complementary to you. They're somebody who is much more inclined to look at their intuition and to look at how things feel rather than the facts. And so rather than seeing you guys as a complementary team, complementing each other, they're seeing this as more of an adversarial thing that's going on between the two of you, that it's not working out to where you guys are actually enhancing and helping each other with your mutual weak spots, that you guys are just actually getting into more tension and argument instead. Okay. I'll let you guys figure out best advice for that. I mean, that's something that you kind of have to think through. Like, do you want to show them that you guys can be complementary, or do you want to give them the nod and say, you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe this is too much tension. That's going to be up to you. But that's what's going on, and that's why. Okay, next up, we're looking at Cancer for March 29th. I do offer private readings to those of you who are interested in those. They come either via phone or Skype. No personal contact. Usually I don't do personal contact readings anyway. Most of my clients are not that close to me, since most of them come from YouTube. I read for people all over the world. Italy, Australia, the UK, East Coast, West Coast, middle of the country in the US, Canada, pretty much everywhere there are English-speaking people. So most of my readings are done by phone or by Skype. So this is not actually a new thing just because of the virus. And you can get just as good of a reading when you're not in person anyway, actually. So anyway, if you choose me to be your reader, I would be totally honored. And the best way to schedule a reading is to use the contact information listed on the website in the description box below the video. Cancers, you have the Six of Swords showing up in reverse. You have the Hierophant, and you have the World card in reverse. Okay, Cancers, Six of Swords in reverse, along with the Hierophant. There is some kind of commitment, possibly even a marriage that you're moving back to, but definitely some type of commitment that you're moving back to. Maybe it's that you're going back to work. There's a commitment there. But it doesn't really have to be a marriage or work, either one. The Hierophant to me just signifies that there's some kind of commitment that we're talking about here. And you are moving back into that committed state after you have moved away from it. You have felt like whatever this commitment was dragging you down and pulling you back, and you felt like the healthiest thing to do was move away from it. Well, now you're moving back to it on the 29th when we look in on your energy. And why are you doing this? You're doing this because you're realizing that that commitment may not be exactly what you want. It may not be your ideal, which is what you thought it was, but it's close. It's close. So you're willing to settle. All right, so that's for Cancer. Next up, we're going to look at Leo. Excuse the tea drinking again. Okay, this is going to be Leo for March 29th. Thank you so much to those of you who are spending some of your precious time on this Saturday with me. Thank you also to those of you who are giving this video thumbs ups and sharing this with other people so they can benefit as well. And thank you to those of you who are buying private readings from me. I do offer those via Skype or the phone. I appreciate all of your support because that is what allows me to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. You guys got the Chariot card, followed by Seven of Swords in reverse, followed by the Six of Cups. Okay, so what's going on, Leo? Okay. So, Leos, you have a situation in your life where you were not handling this situation head on. You were taking action to make things happen in this situation, but not in a head on way, sort of like an indirect way, because you didn't want to step on anybody's toes or you didn't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, but you knew that things needed to change. So you were handling this in a, you were basically trying to come in the side door on this. Okay. Now what we have going on with the Chariot right side up and the Seven of Swords in reverse, this is telling me that you are no longer coming in the side door. Now you're being very direct and blunt about whatever this is that you're trying to bring change about with, and you are moving forward with that. I think that the blunt and direct way that you're handling this now is actually being much more successful than trying to come in the side door and come in sideways and more subtly. So just being very direct about something here. Who is this? Leo's being very direct about something here. Leo's does get you where you need to be. And I think it also eases a lot of strain and stress on the people around you as you do that, because they're not wondering what you're trying to get at or where you're going. Now they understand, and everybody has a chance to decide if they're on the same page with you or not. Now, why is this happening? Because you have some memories of how things used to be, and you really, these are good memories. How things used to be was pretty good. And so I think that whatever these memories were, whether they were memories of how things used to work in the workplace or how things used to work in the family or how things used to work in a relationship, maybe you guys used to have date night and you got away from that. There's something in the past that was really good, and you've been remembering that and you've been wanting to get back to that. So that's why that's happened. And so at first you were trying to get back to that in a sideways sort of way, and now you're just being really direct. And that's where you're getting the victory, where you're just saying what you want and people are getting on the same page with you. Okay. So that's for Leos. Tell her hello, hello. I guess that means you guys are both watching. Let's see. I can't remember, what sign are you, John? Sagittarius, we've got 1, 2, 3. You're the fourth sign from now, sister. John Lee is married to a lady I've known since I was 6 years old. We met in catechism school way back. You're Taurus. Okay. So you were the second sign. So you were signed on. You've seen it then. You came in pretty early today. Okay, next up we're going to do Virgo. This is Virgo for March 29th. So anyway, we've known each other since we were about 6 years old, so we call each other sister at this point, even though I don't have any biological sisters. Both grew up in the Catholic Church, and then I ended up here doing this. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I should write a book about that. Cheryl Hegg, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here, my dear. Okay, so Virgos, what do we have for you guys? Seven of Cups in reverse. Six of Swords, right side up. The Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so we've got some repeaters, but they're going the opposite direction, and we've got a new card mixed in, so I'm going to take those. Ba-bum-bum. You guys saw me shuffling, so you know that that happened. All right, Virgo, Virgo. With the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Six of Swords right side up, Virgos, I think you've been daydreaming for a while about, what you could do to make your life better. The problem with that is I think you've just been daydreaming. You haven't been taking any action towards what you could do to make your life better. Just straight up daydreaming. And with the Six of Wands, I think you're moving away from those daydreams. I think now you are focusing on what you actually want to do to make your life better, like what's a priority. With this Seven of Cups, this says, there are a lot of different things you could do to make your life better. But if you really want to make your life better, you kind of have to focus on one of them at a time. And so this Six of Swords says you're getting away from the daydreaming and you are actually focusing on one thing at a time so that you can improve your life. You've picked one and you're taking action towards improving at least that portion of your life. Now, why is this happening? This is happening because you found yourself in a commitment that you don't want to be in. And because you don't want to be in this commitment, you know that you need to make some improvements and some changes in your own life so that you can have your stuff together enough to get yourself out of this commitment so that you're not bound to this thing forever. For a lot of you, I feel like this is a job or a career situation, but it doesn't have to be that. Okay? La da 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 da. Sorry, guys, I know I'm drinking a lot of tea. That's what's going to keep me hydrated enough to finish this video, and I would really like to finish this video. All right, next up we have Libra for March 29th. Okay, Libras. All right, what you guys have showing up here is the Four of Wands in reverse. You have the Nine of Cups, woot woot, and you have the Emperor. Okay, so what's going on here, Libras? Libras, you have been wanting to leave home and you've got your wish come true. You have some reason why you're leaving home now, Libras. I don't know if you're essential workers and maybe you are on quarantine or what's going on, but you are getting to leave home and it is your wish come true. All right, I know one Libra that's true for. Now, why is this happening? Because of the Emperor. I'm really feeling like this is because of some kind of government regulation, policy, rule. A lot of times when I have the Emperor come up, it's because you're taking charge of your life. It's not so much that. I would like to say that it's that. It does not feel like that this time. This feels like whatever's happening, it's happening because, if you were forced to stay home, that's obviously because of government rule. If you were told you have to be in quarantine, maybe you took a test and you have to be in quarantine until you get the results back, or, we're all, supposed to be self-quarantining at least till Monday or Tuesday to see what Trump says then. But still, at least in this country, still, with you leaving the house, I think this is because some kind of government entity says that you can. They've given you permission to leave. Maybe you got your test results and they were negative, so you get to come out of quarantine. Or, if you're an essential worker, something like that. Okay. But that's what I feel like. I feel like there's some kind of government, yay or nay, coming in here. And this is allowing you to leave. Maybe even not home. Maybe just the place you've been calling home. For some people, they're actually stranded in places that are not technically their homes, but they're stranded there because that's where they were. And then all of a sudden that area got locked down and now they're stuck there. So this could be you leaving that place that you've been making your home temporarily. And that would be why we have the Nine of Cups, where this is your wish come true. Like you get to actually go to your real home and away from this makeshift home. But either way, whatever's going on, whether you're leaving a temporary home or whether you're leaving an actual home, it has to do with government regulations and policies and possibly even permissions. Okay. All right. So that's for Libra. Talked to a girl the other day. I was visiting family in Mumbai, but even though she lives in the UK, there's no flights out of Mumbai right now. So she's stuck there. So they have flights out of there again. And I think, she's really lucky she has family there. Can you imagine paying a hotel for who knows how many days? All right, let's look at Scorpio. This is Scorpio for March the 29th. Thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever did that, I appreciate that. Not at all. Thank you to those of you also who are sharing this video. And to those of you who are ordering private readings. Okay, fellow Scorpios, let's see what we have here. Two of Swords showing up. We're right here, Queen of Cups. That's us, baby. And the King of Swords in reverse. What's going on there? Okay, Scorpios. Like I said, the Queen of Cups, this is clearly us. And we are in a position where we are needing to make a decision. And we're going to be making a decision on the 29th, if not before. A lot of times, by the way, these happen just sometime after I actually get the video out. Sometimes even I've talked to people that like maybe 20 minutes before I get the video out, this happened to them. So the time frame is a little bit loose here, but sometime between now and the end of tomorrow. Anyway, we're going to be making a decision. The way the cards come up, I don't think we have any trouble at all with making this decision. But if it comes up as something for us to look at, then this is telling us that Spirit's letting us know that this decision that we're making is an important decision and it's probably going to affect more than just 20 minutes or a day or two. Okay? Why are we making a decision? We're making a decision because there's somebody who is being grumpy or irritable, moody. Normally they're very logical, very calm, very much, cut to the chase, get to the bottom line. But right now they're feeling really moody. And I think it's because, there's not enough numbers, there's not enough data, there's not enough hard fact to get to the bottom line right now with the big situation that we're dealing with in the world. And so that's making them moody because they don't know how to go about planning things or making decisions or figuring things out. And so because this person is feeling very moody and a little bit stuck about how to make decisions, guess what? We have to make a decision. And that decision may have to be about how much time we want to spend with Mr. Moody over here or Ms. Moody. This is probably going to be a male for most of us, but it could also be a very assertive female if it's going to be female. But the decision also could be something that this person is trying to decide and they just can't get there. So we're deciding because we have our intuition to lean on. And this person, usually if you're talking about somebody who has strong air in their chart, which is what the King of Swords in reverse or right side up would be, they're not used to using emotions or feelings to making decisions. They're used to getting to the bottom line. So when there's no bottom line, when there's no details, when there's no information, this can make them feel very, very disoriented. For us, we just lean harder into our intuition and into how things feel for those of us who are water signs. Okay. So it kind of makes sense that, in a complementary situation where you've got an air sign that's feeling lost, we may have to come in and pick up the slack when it comes to decision making because they just kind of don't know how. Now, question is, will they respect the decision that we make? Probably not. They're pretty moody. Just because they're not able to make a decision doesn't mean that they're able to accept a decision from somebody who can make a decision. So let's not get that all confused, okay? But because of this air sign person, probably air sign person, but somebody who's normally logical, who can't make a decision because they basically don't have enough data, we are making a decision on the 29th. That's the bottom line out of this reading, okay? That's what we have for Scorpios. Well, tell David hello as well. Glad to have you all here. What signs, David? Okay, sister, your sign's coming up. Next up is Sagittarius for March 29th. He's a Leo. Oh, we've already done his sign then. Did he see it? Or is he going to have to scroll back for it? Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, you guys have the Six of Cups showing up in reverse. You also have the Queen of Swords showing up right side up. And you have Judgment showing up right side up. Okay, so Sagittarius, what's going on? Ooh. Okay, Sagittarius, you guys have the Six of Cups and the Queen of Swords together. This just means that I think there's somebody that's come back to your life that has brought up some bad memories. With this card of why, we've got the Judgment card. This is somebody that's come back and said, hey, I would like to start things up with you again. Whether it's a friend, business partnership, romantic interest, doesn't really matter. Somebody's come back and said, let's get things started again. And this person, I think you got things started with them. I think you did. And I think as soon as you got things started with them, you went, ooh, this is why they're an ex. Or this is why I quit working with them. Or this is why I quit hanging out with them. Oh my goodness, I remember why we don't talk anymore. What did I do? That's what I have coming up for you, Sagittarius. And with this Queen of Swords here, you're really thinking this through. You're kind of just trying to decide, is it worth it or is it not worth it for me to be continuing this association? You very well may cut them out. You are definitely going to put them at arm's length. Okay? Gotcha, John. Oh, cool. Well, thank you for subscribing. That's awesome. I don't know if you know, but I've already done Leo for tomorrow, so you're going to have to scroll back to see it. Okay, up next we have Capricorn. And this is Capricorn for March 29th. Whoop, whoop. You almost had cards flop. If they were supposed to be there, they'll come up. Almost only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes, not when I'm shuffling cards. It kind of is, isn't it? That's what I was just thinking. Everybody's going to think there's some kind of nepotism going on this channel now. All right, Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay. Capricorns, you guys have the 10 of Wands, followed by the 2 of Cups. Ooh, that could be a nice combination. Oh, and the Knight of Pentacles. Capricorns, you guys have something really good here. I like it. I like it. Okay, so Capricorns. 10 of Wands with the 2 of Cups just tells me that there is something that you're really enjoying that you're taking to the next level. This could very easily be a romantic situation that you're taking to the next level. So maybe if, you guys were just friends, this could be that you've decided to be more than friends. If you've been more than friends for a while, you guys could be deciding to go exclusive, or you could be deciding to move in together or get married or get engaged or whatever. But if this is a relationship, this is taking that relationship to the next level. If it's not a relationship, this could be like a project or an activity that you've been working on, and this could be taking that to the next level with this 10 of Wands. So maybe you're really into RC cars, into racing them. Well, maybe you've decided now you want to get your own RC car and you want to powder coat it yourself. That would be taking an activity to the next level. So it's something that you are getting some pleasure out of that you're taking to the next level, whether it's a relationship, activity, project, hobby, whatever. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is actually going to be a relationship. Why is this happening? Knight of Pentacles. If this is an activity or hobby, this is going to be because you've been doing what you need to make sure you've got the money put together to take this to the next level. If this is about a relationship, this is going to be because somebody has come to you and made an offer and said, you know what, I would really like for us to take this relationship to the next level. And they're ready, willing, and able to put the work in and the effort into taking that relationship upward. Okay? So whichever way that's playing out, doesn't really matter whichever way that's playing out. That's like just good news. That's a straight up good reading for tomorrow. Look at you, Sequoia. Whoop, whoop. All right. Let's look next at Aquarius. Aquarius for March 29th. Didn't you guys have a good reading too yesterday, Sequoia? I'm thinking. Or maybe that was Aquarius. Somebody had a really good reading yesterday too. Quite welcome, quite welcome. Of course, I really can't take credit. I'm just the messenger. I'm not actually the creator. That would be you guys and Sacred Spirit working together. All right, Aquarius, March 29th. By the way, if you'd like a private reading, get a hold of me. We do those either by phone or by Skype, your preference. Contact information is listed on the website in the description box below. By the way, I do have a new website. I would like to get some feedback from you guys about that. What do you think of the new website? Especially those of you who have seen the old website. But even if you haven't, feedback would be nice. Because I'm not sure what I think of this yet. I'm still deciding. Aquarius, let's look at your cards. 6 of Coins. Chariot in reverse. 6 of Swords in reverse. 2 sixes. This is something. Okay, you're going to have a very domestic day. Okay, I'm laughing because as that was coming out of my mouth, I was like, who's not going to have a very domestic day? We're in isolation. Thank you very much. But 2 sixes do indicate domestic. All right, so Aquarius, let's see what you've got going on a little bit more specifically. 6 of Swords with the Chariot in reverse. 6 of Cups. Gosh, I can't talk. 6 of Coins with the Chariot in reverse. Sorry. I feel like you have some kind of relationship that has been mostly reciprocal up until this point, and I feel like on the 29th, you're going to be doing your part in this relationship but it's not so reciprocal anymore. It may be that the other person is not able to do their part, or they're just choosing not to do their part. I'm not sure exactly what that situation is, just from 2 cards. That would be something that we would look into more deeply, like in a private reading. But there's something going on where you're doing your part in some type of reciprocal relationship, which can be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be a friendship or a relationship with a family member or a business colleague. And they're not reciprocating back with that Chariot in reverse. Things are not moving forward the way that they should. Why is this happening? This is actually happening because of you. It looks like you have actually gone away from whatever this reciprocal relationship was, thinking that you did not want it, that it was something negative and it was holding you back, and now you're coming back to it. And as you're coming back to it and you're investing in it again, the other person's like, I don't know if I'm still feeling it. I don't know if I still want to invest in this or not. Maybe I don't. Or maybe they can't. Maybe this whole virus thing is impacting them to the point that they can't. I have to kind of see how that works out exactly. There's a lot of ways that could work out and a lot of storylines that I was feeling there. So that's something that, if we were looking at a particular person's energy, we would have a lot more of a specific answer to those questions. But this is a general reading. Alrighty. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you also for sharing this video so that other people can benefit from it as well. I like it when these free videos get passed around and as many people can benefit as possible. Also, thank you to those of you who have subscribed and those of you who are buying private readings from me. All of your support, every single facet of it, does help me to get to do what I love to do for a living. So thank you very much. If I didn't say it already, we're focusing on Pisces for March 29th. Pisces, Pisces. You guys have the Strength card showing up here. You also have the Two of Wands in reverse showing up there. And you have the King of Cups showing up here. Pisces, what do you have happening here? So Pisces, you have a choice to make on the 29th, and there's really not a bad way to go here. Whatever you choose is going to be good. Whatever you choose will be absolutely fine. The only problem with this choice is you're basically having to make a choice because whatever you're choosing between, you don't have enough time or resources or energy of some kind to actually go forward with all the options that are available to you. So you have to narrow it down and focus on one, at least for now. Okay? And I think you're having a hard time figuring out what you want to let go of. And with the Strength card here, I really feel like you're having a really hard time figuring out what choice you want to make here. And why is that? You've got the King of Cups here showing up in reverse. You're feeling really emotional. And because you're feeling really emotional, this is impacting your decision-making process, because you know that when you feel emotional, it's hard for you to be objective enough to make a good decision. It's hard for you to be objective enough to check in with your feelings and go, okay, this is really right. When you're being really emotional, it's hard to tell if you're being triggered or if what you're feeling is actually right. And you know enough to know that you don't want to make a decision based on something that triggered you. You want to make a decision based on something that actually feels right. And so because you're feeling very emotional, you're not sure if you're being triggered or if you're just feeling strong emotions about a situation. That's what's making you have this massive confusion about which way to go in this decision. So here's what I would say to you, Pisces. As a fellow water sign, what I would say to you is let some of this emotion fade. Let some of it pass. If you have that option, let some of this emotionalism pass so that you can look at it in a more objective way. And then you can get away from the strong confusion and you can find an answer that feels good to you and that sits right with you. Give yourself some time to do that. Okay? Don't expect, when you have these kinds of emotions, don't expect to just be able to snap your fingers and make a decision like that. Give yourself some time. It's okay. All right. So anyway, that's Pisces. That's just my my 2 cents. All of a sudden I've got the hiccups. That's just my 2 cents. So, you can take that or leave it. Thank you, all of you, for being here and hanging out with me. I do appreciate each and every one of you spending some of your precious time with me. Like I said, the shares, the thumbs ups, the subscribes, the regular subscribers still coming back after all this time. Like, thank you very, very much. And everybody ordering readings from me. I appreciate you all so much. Everybody stay healthy. Look out for your neighbors. Look out for your older people in your family. Look out for your loved ones. And let's all just pull together and make it through this. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.